What's good, YouTube? And welcome to the house. History is about to be made as our first ritual tuner is going to be introduced in this archetype and an effect monster fusion tuner, so we're going all over the place in the Magikeys. But before we get to that, I have an announcement. We are now sponsored, as well as if I don't have enough of them up here, by Amanda LaPalm. She has a reward program up, and now code What's Good 5 works on her site to get you 5% off. And a lot of people are going, everything's out of stock, there's nothing to get. To that I say, there's the Shadol holofoil sleeves and field center that's just $25 for a metal field center. You have the new Kiza looking kind of like Callan from Code Geass field center coming out, and it's got Melfies around. I have some fans of Melfies in the Discord, as well as these Orcus dice, metal dice that are really freaking nice, an Orcus leather binder that's amazing, so all taste everywhere, and these normal dice with all of the memes. And if you're into Digimon, a Digimon 2-player playmat that is looking pretty darn good. So there's tons of stuff up on the site. If you're familiar with gym playmats, they often sell out of limited things. Well, there's also things that are just up for sale for, say, a week. That's why it's limited. It's not necessarily limited in quantity. It's just for a time. And for every dollar you spend, you are getting life points, and you can convert those into awesome free rewards depending on how you save up over time. Metal dice, field centers, and holofoil playmats that are all very nice. So go check her site out, see what is in stock. I'll have some of these links down below. Let's get into the news and see what is new with the Magikeys. Okay, how are they going to ruin this one? The Check It Out of Avram. This is Magikey Skyblaster Clavis, a warrior normal dark level 4, attack 1900, defense 1900. Weird that he's starting out as a dark warrior. Ooh, that's a very famous kind of deck term. Let's see. Every person is brimming with potential. To go or to stop, to close or to open, depends on yourself. There are many doors in this dazzling world. What opens them is a magical key. 2 keys and 1 door. 2 wills and 1 form. If the door is open, the world shall be connected, and an enormous power shall reveal itself. That's kind of cool. It's a card with a gun. Maybe we'll see some weird... Oh, we're getting censored cards again. What are they going to do to change this? I wonder. I don't think we're gonna get this art. Hey, Konami, it's 2021. It's okay. Don't barrel dragging all of this stuff up too bad. This is Magikey Blaster Bato Buster, a machine ritual effect tuner dark. So we're going from Dark Warrior to Dark Machine. 2 really good typings. You can ritual summon this card with Magikey Mapathia. You can only use this first effect of this card's name once per turn. If this card is ritual summoned, you can add a Magikey card from your deck to your hand, so helping you replace resources you might use to ritual summon this off the bat. Once per turn, when an attack is declared involving this card in an opponent's monster with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, you can place any number of cards from your hand on the bottom of the deck. And if you do, negate the opponent's monster's effect until the end of this turn, then draw cards equal to the number of cards you placed. Very interesting. So you have 2 very, like, a very good first effect, hard once per turn, and then a soft once per turn in case you got multiple of these out. Any attack declared involving this card and opponent. So it's, if you're attacking, they're attacking. Oh, man. So you negate their effects, but it doesn't, like, do anything to the attack itself. This is 2200, not the beefiest. And I see other typings already. We've got a Earth Machine ritual effect. This one is not a tuna. It is a level 8 2000/2800, and it is Magikey Cannon Garavzet. I'm murdering these names, probably. I'm doing my best. I'm just a poor React tuber. You can ritual summon this card with Magikey Mapthat. You can only use the second and third effects of this card's name once per turn each. Gains 300 attack for each monster attribute in your graveyard. Ah, the theme continues. Different attributes equals power here. When your opponent activates the effect of a monster with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard and you control this ritual summon card using 2 or more attributes, quick effect, you can negate the activation if you do destroy the monster. That's more so the effect I was looking on the first one, but being a level 4, it seems you want to go up places within the archetype for being the smaller one. So this is the bigger one, the level 8. That's kind of a typical level for a ritual. And when you're popping off with it, I wonder if there's room to mix with Drytron/Incantation, because Drytron really could be an engine for rituals here. We'll see what the rest of the deck has. And they're also machines, just fits together. When an opponent activates the effect, same attribute as a monster in your graveyard. So the more attributes you're using to stack up, the better. Incantations have light and dark also. Control this ritual summon card, and you had to have used 2 attributes. Negate the activation and destroy the monster. That is pretty good. Is that a optional, though? When your opponent activates the effect. You can, yeah, it is a you can. Okay, you can. And it's a once per turn, hard once per turn on the effect. If this ritual summon card is sent to the graveyard, add a Magikey monster from your deck to the hand. So when they take care of this resource, or you link it off, or you do something with it, you are able to go ahead and get a resource. Now, if you were to stack this as an Xyz material, I don't think it, would it count as a ritual summon card anymore? I don't necessarily think so. Cards in the graveyard, remember, they're properly summoned first, though. That's an interesting ruling, probably more for Tom Box than myself. Next up, we've got Magikey Summon Beast, Anizilabolus, a Beast Fusion Effect Tuner. Here's the other Tuner Fusion. Dark level 4. Can you instant fusion it out? That's the question. 2200 defense, 2000. 1 Magikey monster and a non-token normal monster. So that's pretty darn specific. You can only use the first effect of this card once per turn if this card is fusion summoned. You can add a Magikey Mapatha from your graveyard to your hand. So not deck, you're not searching out the deck, but it does seem like this is instant fusionable. Once per turn, you can target one opponent's attack position monster with the same attribute as a normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard. Change it to defense position. If you do, it loses 1,000 defense. I'm surprised this isn't piercing as I read the next line. Banish any monster destroyed by battle with this card. That's still kind of cool. It's a good effect. So this guy is writing Magical Beast as fusions, activating and using machines as a ritual. We got a good theme here. It does feel isekai-ish. I was talking to Robbie about like the pictures and stuff before, but we know nothing about the effects when we're doing this. Magikey Summon Beast Andrabemus is a dragon fusion effect. Win level 8, 2800 defense 2000. 1 Magikey effect monster plus 1 non-token normal monster. So again, you need a non-token normal monster fusion summon. It doesn't seem like they have an in-archetype fusion summon unless the ritual spell is also going to fusion summon. When fusion summoned, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. That's pretty good, the kind of a meltdown-ish effect. Once per turn, you can target 1 normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls with the same attributes. Once per turn, if an opponent's monster with the same attribute as a monster in your graveyard is destroyed by battle or card effect, and you control this fusion summon card using 2 or more attributes, you can draw a card. A little extra bonus on top of being able to pop stuff on demand and also not be responded to its summon. Kind of a worse access code talker, but in fusion form. I'm digging this so far. I'm really hoping that they have the resources to do things. And here it is. Mapthea is a normal spell card. Fusion summon a Magikey. I thought that's what it would do. Fusion or ritual. Fusion summon a Magikey fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. Or ritual summon a Magikey ritual from your hand by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster. If you control a normal monster, you can also send a normal monster from your deck to the graveyard as fusion material or as one of the monsters required for the ritual. This is a freaking cool card. It went past my expectations. I was like, they're just gonna let it ritual or fusion. Nope, we're sending stuff from the deck. We're doing the resources to make this good. Okay, I was pointed out, I was looking around the Discords, that there are probably more cards coming because in this artwork, you do see the blue and the purple of fusion. Then you also see black for Xyz and white for synchro, and you have tuners leading up that they're probably going to go through other summoning methods, but I don't know what this card does. I just know the artwork. This is Magikey Unsealing a Field Spell. You can only activate 1 card with this card's name per turn. You can only use the 3rd effect of this card's name once per turn. When this card resolves, you can add a Magikey monster from your deck to your hand. That's pretty good. The first time each normal monster you control will be destroyed by battle or card effect, except tokens. It's not destroyed. They're really emphasizing don't use tokens with this. During your main phase, you can add a Magikey Mapthea from your deck to your hand, then place a card from your hand on the bottom of the deck. So you, on demand, do have access to your fusion/ritual ability with this. And you also get a search on top of it. Pretty darn good field spell. And I like how they actually balanced it out and didn't just give it free extra pluses on that effect. Connected Magikey, a normal trap card. Target one normal monster or Magikey monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand, then apply one of these effects. Fusion summon a Magikey monster from your extra deck in defense position using monsters from your hand or field as material, or ritual summon a Magikey monster from your hand or in defense position by tributing monsters from your hand or field that's level exceed the level, equals or exceed the level. That's kind of cool. A trap card that fusion and ritual summons, and also gives you a resource back for the card itself. That is very interesting. If any of these, I don't remember too many quick effects here. That's a once per turn. That's not quick. Once per turn. So maybe they need something that can play more during the opponent's turn as well. But they do have decent defense. I guess they're trying to, let's slow down and see what happens. But I would have liked to see some interaction with that card past it just doing the cool thing. But it's still pretty cool. And finally, Magikey Lock Unlock, a counter trap card. You can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. When your opponent activates a spell/trap card while you control a Magikey ritual monster or Magikey monster that special summoned from the extra deck, oh, that's future proofing. Negate the activation. If you do, destroy the card. Then you can declare an attribute, and if you do, all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls becomes the attribute, which works with the fusion to go like I was saying earlier, just pops everything. Alright, so let's digest this. When your opponent activates a spell or trap card while you have it, you're able to negate it and then turn all of their cards into a specific attribute. That's okay. It's spell and trap protection, and that's still a huge part of the game, although monsters are a huge part. I wish there were more quick effects in here, or at least one that you could rely on. It's more so acting during your turn, which does feel like a forced balance to it. It feels like it might do something with the Albaz later, but it just, maybe the artwork's just reminding me of it. It's all around this one guy and his magical gun going away. How do you censor that? Come on, Konami. What are you gonna do? Please don't go too ham with it. But I really like this initial card design. I'm excited for it, and when we kicked off with a vanilla, I kind of knew it would be something special. Oh, let's zoom in on that artwork also before we leave on the differences. So yeah, it seems like we're gonna have Synchro and Xyz on the outer edges here with Ritual Shining and Fusion. So hopefully looking forward to those tuners actually using their effects in archetype instead of just disappearing as we've had in other archetypes happen. Thanks for watching today's video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed the conversation. And what do you think of the Magikey? I think it's kind of cool, but needs a little interaction during the opponent's turn past free laying on the counter trap within the deck.